Hey, welcome back, Basement Tapes, number 287. Rarely we go yard back to back here on the Basement Tapes, but here we have the 1976 Topps football set here, and we just did the Topps baseball, and man, iconic set, I guess, for the 70s. Maybe not, I don't know, but it's iconic because it does have the Walter Payton rookie. Full confession, at one time I may have had this entire set in the beater category. But this is part of a large amount of cards, hockey and football, that I lent a friend of mine while on tour to look at and say, "Hey, check out these cards, and if you want them, let me know. We'll talk a price." And I never saw them again, unfortunately. I don't hold my friend responsible too much, other than we were both too lazy to follow up. So I did have the 76. What I did have left over was the 76 Walter Payton rookie that I had pulled out of a pack. But like an idiot, I sold that for $500 somewhere in the pandemic. It wasn't smart of me. It was a beat up rookie card too, which is crazy. Obviously, the price, I would rather have the card back than the $500 at this point, because that's probably a $150 card now. But I would rather have a pack pulled from my youth, Walter Payton rookie. Still don't have it. Looking at a few of these last week at a big card show, but again, up until recently, this set was woefully underrepresented in my collection. I now have 191 of them, which is still probably the least amount I have um, of a 70s Topps football set in my collection, but we're chipping away at it. So 191 of them I do have at this point. A little bit of a sore subject with me. So if you see me on the street, don't open with, "How about that 76 Topps football?" I might react in an angry fashion. Let's see here. The 1976 Topps football set had 528 cards in it. Average value $2.70. Total value $1,427. Says there's 119 rookie cards here, according to Beckett OPG. $400 to $1,000 is a set of these cards out there on the open market. The 76 Topps football set contains 528 standard size cards, including the first year cards of Seattle Seahawks and Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Underneath photos that are bordered by a team color, card fronts contain a team colored football at bottom left with the team name within. The player's name and position are also at the bottom. The card backs are printed in orange and blue on gray cardstock and are horizontally designed. The content includes statistics, highlights, and a trivia question with answers. Subset include record breakers 1 through 8, league leaders 201 through 206, playoffs 331 through 333, the team checklist cards 451 through 478. The key rookie card belongs to all-time rushing leader Walter Payton. So it shows you how often Beckett would update this. It says the all-time rushing leader Walter Payton. Other rookie cards include Randy Gradishar, Ed Too Tall Jones, Jack Lambert, Harvey Martin, and Randy White. An uncut sheet of team checklist cards was also available via a mail-in offer on Waxpacks. I do not have that. I do have the 76 Topps baseball, but not the 76 football. Top cards, of course, we know that Walter Payton will be at the top, followed by Lambert. And then we have a two-way tie with Randy White and Randy Gradishar. Did Gradishar recently make the NFL Hall of Fame? I believe he did, if I'm not mistaken. So kudos to both Randys there of the White variety and the Gradishar clan. Getting on to TCDB. Of course, it says here 528 cards. Teams depicted for the first time ever. We have some new entries here. So the Falcons, Colts, Bills, Bears, Bengals, Browns, Cowboys, Broncos, Lions, Packers, Oilers, Chiefs, Rams, Dolphins, Vikings, Patriots, Saints, Giants, Jets, Raiders, Eagles, Steelers, Chargers, 49ers, the Seattle Seahawks, Cardinals, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and the Redskins. Hall of Famers in here, 72 of them. Again, leader cards, highlight cards, base cards, all sorts of fun stuff in there. Rookies, again, 115 of them. Robert Newhouse. This was one of my favorite cards growing up. I hated Robert Newhouse, but I hated the Cowboys, but I liked Robert Newhouse for some reason. He was a squatty dude. says 5'10", 202. I don't believe that, but perhaps my eyes deceived me when I was a youngster. Bartkowski, all them, they're all in there. Steve Mickelmeyer. Yeah, all those guys were in there. Inserts and relates. There's the team checklists. I don't have the full set of these yet. I do have various team checklists from this set, though. Comments. There's one big long comment here. My son was going to throw away a few cards he had set aside. He did not collect, but I bought him a pack every once in a while. When he started to throw them away, I told him I wanted them. There were about 25 cards of them, 25 cards, and one of them was 1976 Topps Walter Payton rookie card. That created a monster, and I've been collecting ever since. That was in the mid-'80s. I am old, retired, and on a tight budget, but still do this when I can afford it. I hope everyone enjoys this like I do. I'm a set builder and don't really care to have loose cards laying around. I gave about 50,000 cards away to try and help kids that like sports. That's when I had my money. LOL. Thanks to all of you for keeping the hobby going. Take care and Merry Christmas, my friends. And that's from our friend Henry, I guess. Here's the football packaging, 25 cents. I assume that is a cello pack. There is another cello pack with Peyton on the front. That must be worth a pretty penny, huh? And Ken Anderson is on the back of that. There is a wax wrapper. It's yellow, and it's a player in what appears to be a Buffalo Bills uniform coming at you with the football. Curved T Topps, football, one stick of bubble gum. You get a football action poster on offer. You get the card killer locker on offer. You get the checklist cards on offer. You get a free copy of Sporting News on offer. These are all wrapper offers. There is a Fugazi wax pack, rack pack, 15-cent packs for a price of undetermined nature. There's a football fun pack. I'm sure that is what's called a repack these days. So, and then there is the legit rack pack with Johnny Gray, Don McCauley, and Gordon Jolly. If I had it all over to do it again, that would be my second son's full name, Gordon Jolly Keating. That would be awesome. And there's another rack pack, and away we go. Is there trivia? Yes, there's trivia. The set includes Walter Payton's rookie card. That is not really trivia. It's just kind of known. So here's the gallery. Of course, we start off. George Blanda is kicking the football at this point. The backs of these cards are fun. Orange, blue on gray stock. Neil Colsey has a record-breaking thing where he is a return specialist. Chuck Foreman catches 73 aerials, new mark for running backs. Jim Marshall, new standard set for fumble recovery. Is interesting that he's known for that, right? Terry Metcalf returning 2,462 total yards, whatever. And then there's O.J. Simpson scoring 23 touchdowns in the 75 season. Fran Tarkenton tosses 291st career touchdown, and Charlie Taylor sets marks for career receptions. So there's the football cards there, the big old football that we learned about. And Topps, by the way, Beckett OPG, kudos for them for the description in Beckett OPG. It's very thorough, describing the design of the card, which I love. So well done. There's Jerry Smith. He's a tight end. Interesting helmet there, all that stuff. So again, in the midst of the 1970s, we didn't have any logos on helmets, so a lot of airbrushing happening there. Robert Newhouse, we'll read about him like we talked about before. It says here, card 14 is in a helmet in the upper left-hand corner of the back, landscaped, of course. Dallas Cowboys, Robert Newhouse, running back, 5'10", 202. He went to college in Houston. Cowboys drafted number 2, 1972. Via draft, he was acquired. Birth date 1/9/50. His home is in Dallas, Texas. It says here, the Cowboys' leading rusher in 1975, Robert ranked 4th in the NFC last season. His longest run from scrimmage as a pro was a 54-yard gainer against the Eagles in 1973. So at this point, he had 4 years under his belt, clearly established as the leading running back for the Dallas Cowboys, but that wouldn't last too much longer when Tony Dorsett came onto the scene. It says, guess the mystery cowboy, clue 4 of 12. Who am I? I attended the University of Alabama. See other cowboy cards for more clues. And of course, we have a double asterisks, copyright 1976, Topps Chewing Gum Ink, printed in the USA. There's a curved T on the back in the upper right. So a wonderful touch by Topps there. A basic looking set on the front. Nothing too offensive. We have some all-pro designations there, Charlie Young, of course, but the back of the card is busy, but it gets things done. There's no silly game you should be playing, and any of that nonsense. It just gives us some facts and sends us off on a wild goose chase for other information. So it keeps you collecting, right? Subliminally or overtly, it keeps you collecting cards. Well, I have to get all the Pittsburgh Steelers or all of the Oakland Raiders, or I'll never get the answer to the mystery Raider. Yeah, there you see John Smith, a perfect example of some airbrushing happening there. It's not offensive. It's just lack of any kind of logo on these uniformed helmets of football players, which is why they stuck with, well, one reason why they would stick with posed photos, right? The other reason is if you have a helmet on, you can't really see the player's face. So anyway, there's a nice shot of Jim Carter. He's a middle linebacker, and he's at old Lambeau Field when it was bleachers and there was no luxury suites or museums or escargot bars or whatever they have up there in Green Bay. So sign of the times with the stadiums. Roman Gabriel, a pudged out Roman Gabriel, post Gilligan's Island cameo, throwing the ball around there for the Eagles in the mid-'70s, and Johnny Newsom, Ed Bradley, Walter Payton. There he is, card number 148. I will have this in my collection soon. It's one of those cards I should have by now. It's probably one of the fewer. I did a short series of cards I should have by now. It's probably the last one left I should have. So I will keep working on that. There's Rayfield Wright. He had the 1972 high numbers. Posing. 0 sacks he had. He's on a streak right there. I'm sorry, 0. What is that? Receiving records. So in 68 and 69, he each had a reception, one for 15 yards and a touchdown, and one for 12 yards for a 12-yard gain, obviously, and then no receptions from 70 to 75. So it's interesting that Rayfield Wright, a tackle, would have his 2 career receptions on there, but I guess it's worthy printing. So we got a little bit of a dry run there. Hadn't been since the 60s had he caught a ball, but keep trying there, Rayfield Wright. So anyway, there it is. There's the glorious 1976 Topps football set. It's definitely a keeper in my mind. So Basement Tapes number 287. I appreciate everybody tuning in, and thanks for humoring my little jaunt here through the annals of my collection.